himself down to go with you.
The Nottingham Forest choice includes Tommy Gaynor, who came on as a substitute in the semi-final, and they've also restored to their starting lineup Brian Rice. But they needed that penalty from Stuart Pearce to bring them through to this final against having beaten Tranmere. And this is the Sheffield Wednesday lineup, and they include in their starting lineup 19-year-old Carl Bradshaw. In their semi-final, they came back well in the second half. And here's the man who scored the winning goal, Colin West, and what a fine strike it was too. The man in charge is the man who'll be in charge on May the 14th in the FA Cup final, Brian Hill from Kettering. The sun has stayed to greet the final. Sheffield Wednesday attacking the goal to our right. And this celebration of 100 years of the Football League coming on exactly the right day. April the 17th, 1988 was when the league was founded by Scotsman William McGregor. And it'll be interesting to see whether Sheffield Wednesday are prepared to be a little more adventurous right from the start. In their semi-final, they were very defensive in the opening half an hour. Gaynor challenging for it. Neil Webb. Stuart Pearce, the captain. Desmond Hazel forcing him to go back. Brian Rice has moved into the area. Right the way across for Gary Fleming. Really rather invited the challenge that Nigel Worthington made. Steve Chettle comes away with it. Webb and Proctor. Proctor, a former Nottingham Forest player, went there from Middlesbrough. Pearce. Rice. Quiet opening. Wilkinson, troubled by the sunshine, but I'm sure the rather sparse crowd will welcome it. It was quite chilly earlier before it arrived. Let's go kick. Interesting, the crowd today. Great number of youngsters. Special prices if you brought a youngster in with you, and one or two families have decided it was a good thing to do on the Sunday afternoon. It's Gary Megson, also a former Nottingham Forest player, although he never actually played for them. Brian Clough bought him and sold him to Newcastle without ever giving him a chance in the first team. Won by Larry May. Sterland robbed by Gaynor. Steve Sutton, the senior citizen of the Forest side, at 26. Franz Carr. Chapman. Hazel outside him. Sterland reluctant to support, it seems. Hazel has got 3 up in the box. And the cross failing to find a head. Proctor. Worthington. Comfortable turn by Gary Fleming. Northern Ireland international. Megson. It's the 15th match of the competition, which in open play so far has produced 20 goals, with 8 games being decided in a penalty competition. Taken well by Rice to Gaynor. Don't think Nigel Clough has touched the ball yet. Gaynor. Rice inside. Clough is square, but Sterland comes away for Sheffield Wednesday. Chapman. Foster at his back. Proctor loses out. Chance now for Forest. Franz Carr. Laurie Madden between him and the goal. Gaynor coming forward. Neil Webb. Wilson has gone out to the right. Everybody else around the area. Webb. Back from Clough. Webb. It's Gary Megson who got there first before Gaynor. The league matches between the two this season. Mark Proctor's side has lost out on both occasions. 1-0 at Hillsborough, 3-0 at Forest. Chettle. Got a deflection. Well grasped. And this 20-year-old goalkeeper, Kevin Pressman, certainly taken his chances to show what he can do. Laurie Madden. It's been with Wednesday 5 seasons now. Megson. Left them and came back. Larry May. Chapman underneath it with Foster. Piece of improvisation. Back pass to Steve Sutton. This penalty save ended the fairy tale for Tranmere. Carr into Clough. Clough was a bit slow. Webb shot well wide. And there's rather more pace on the running track among the substitutes. That's Tony Galvin. Chettle's head. Clough's header. And the winners of the event get £60,000, 35,000 for the runners-up. So certainly something to play for. Clough and Madden. Bit of a wrestling match. Spectacular as well as efficient, this goalkeeper. Mel Sterland using his physique to check in an unfair manner. Pearce to take the free kick. Pressman. Well, I don't wish to be unkind to two First Division sides, but I would think the small crowd must be feeling that it would be nice if somehow Tranmere could be brought back. Sheffield doesn't know too much about what's going on at the moment after that bash in the face. West. Curiously unnecessary return pass, but here's Proctor! Gap opened up in front of him. It was quite a yawning one too, and he really should have got that on target. As for Chettle, he would have known nothing about that. The ball seemed to really hit him on the bridge of the nose, and it took its toll. Well, this is how it happened. I think it was actually hand in the face. I thought he got the ball, but it was a hand quite clearly from West. It might be a shiner tomorrow. And he's got right through. Hazel, Chapman. Oh dear. West. Worthington. And the voices that count down the last seconds have a very young tone. It really is a shame that they didn't decide the Football League to use a timekeeper because the crowd count down the seconds and then the referee adds on his time that he's docked off. So no goals. I would think that young Pressman has enjoyed it, but the rest of us are rather feeling that, okay, we've had a half an hour warm-up. Let's hope there's something in store in the second half. One corner that the first 30-minute period produced. Quite a lot of discussion. Howard Wilkinson for Sheffield Wednesday, whose team were much more positive in the second period of their semi-final against Manchester United. Let's hope they'll repeat that. And for Nottingham Forest, Archie Gemmell with the words today. Brian Clough, I would hazard a bet that at some stage over this weekend the Nottingham Forest manager's been watching some cricket. Apart from the one corner, the only man who can be absolutely sure that he was involved in that first half would be the Forest central defender Stephen Chettle. Because when he wakes up tomorrow morning, he could find himself something of a one-eyed Chettle. Still troubled, not surprisingly, by the bash he got in the right eye. But full of life, even if vision isn't entirely clear. So 30 minutes of the Centenary Festival remaining. It's not attracted the crowds that the organisers hoped. It attracted a very good, or produced a very good story, supplied by Tranmere Rovers, who so nearly made it to the final. And the onus now on the players of Sheffield Wednesday and Nottingham Forest to give us a good finish here. Here's Neil Webb. He does need a rather more adventurous approach than we saw in the first period. Perhaps a slight increase in pace wouldn't go amiss either. Here's West. Sterland. Spin by Terry Wilson. It's Gary Fleming. Carr. Chased by Worthington. He's gaining on him. Promising if Gaynor can set somebody up. Good play by Megson. Webb. Fleming. Carr with room to pick somebody out. Webb is up, Clough is up, Gaynor is up. Webb who goes for it, won by May. And there was a free kick, or is a free kick as a result of an infringement. He was the man who was balked, I think. Here for handball, not given. Comes down to West. Worthington. Carr. Clough looking for it to be played a bit earlier, and it is. Webb. Rice. Corner. Second of the match. They both come to Nottingham Forest. Foster coming up to the edge of the 6-yard area, the near edge. Gaynor pulls just outside it. Put away by Madden. Fairness to the players, the atmosphere is not helping the football. Well, a lack of atmosphere. Here's Carr. Something of a rolling gift. Gaynor finds Fleming in the end. Chase for Carr. He's got him behind. Corner off Worthington. Taken quickly back to Fleming. It was a real giveaway by Fleming. It was actually easier for him to go on than to play it square across if he was going to produce anything. Hazel. Just a foot in was enough from Chettle. Word from the referee, there hasn't been a booking in the tournament. Might have been a couple in the second semi-final. The occasion won the day. But I'm afraid the sense of occasion is totally lacking here in this final, and it's difficult to see where it's going to come from. Terraces and stands are dead. There isn't too much life on the field. Gaynor. Rice. Pearce. And he went for the shot when there were two there. Shot of some venom. Pressman continues to show good form. And his chance injury to Martin Hodge. A little bit lucky in a way where it fell. Hazel. Clean as a whistle. Chapman. Hugely disappointing header. from a man who's passed the milestone of 100 goals in the league this season. Not just in this season, you understand. It's West who felt that. Now Carr. Gaynor is up with him. Rice on the far side. Carr. Still Carr. Scored a couple of times in the tournament. Leading scorer is Ian Muir of Tranmere Rovers. Carr has a chance of becoming the leading scorer, but not if he spurns opportunities like that. Well, he was away here. Decided to come back inside to improve his angle. There was the chance. He wanted another touch, and it destroyed him. Substitution. Mark Proctor comes off and is replaced for Sheffield Wednesday by Siggy Johnson. Long throw coming up. Up by Pearce, only to Johnson. Straight swap in midfield. Madden. Oh! He's given it the other way. Well, Lee Chapman doesn't understand it. The free kick was for the foul by Chapman and not by Foster. More substitutions to be made by Nottingham Forest. Lee Glover's coming on in place of Tommy Gaynor, and Sheffield Wednesday have taken off Lee Chapman and brought on David Hurst. There's David Hurst. Lee Glover, still 17, the youngest player on the pitch. Just a little over 20 minutes. The new players have to make their presence felt in a match which is so far scoreless and pretty barren. Hazel got through one. Three of his colleagues waiting. And he managed to get it in, and that was a good diving header and very well saved. Hurst with the header. And he was hurt in the process. Best piece of play in the match provided by Hazel, who got round an England fullback, pulled it back, diving header from Hurst, and a good stop by Sutton. We're into the last minute. May. Carl Bradshaw. Worthington. Another square pass. Johnson. Fleming. Forest have 10 seconds, perhaps a little bit more, to score their 6th goal of the championship. Sheffield Wednesday have only managed one. It's not including penalty competitions. And a penalty competition will decide the winner of this special league centenary occasion. It'll be the 9th that we've had in 15 matches. So that's the position at full time, and now sudden death penalties. Coaches in Forest set up, and the manager in Sheffield Wednesdays to sort out who takes the penalties. Cameraman messing around the back as we look at Peter Eustace. Stylish wing half in his day for Sheffield Wednesday. It looks as though it's going to be Stuart Pearce who will open the competition. It was his goal which brought Nottingham Forest through to the final and ended the hopes of Tranmere Rovers after a match which ended 2-2. And certainly was a far better contest than the final. Penalty spot is a little bit flat there. There's a slight valley in it. Pearce tees it up and beats Pressman. You can put them either way. Strikes a dead ball very well indeed. Mel Sterland has to reply. Steve Sutton saved the opening one of the semi, doesn't in the final. 1-1. And we're now seeing the sort of delight that we'd hoped to see a bit earlier. Nigel Clough, who's the regular penalty taker for Nottingham Forest, takes quite a long run and scores. Pace beating a brave dive. 2-1 to Forest. Gary Megson next for Sheffield Wednesday. A little hard on Gary Megson if he misses, because for me he was the most positive Sheffield Wednesday player. And he doesn't. Penalty taken in a rather different style from how he plays. Very laid back. Next to go for Nottingham Forest, Neil Webb. It's 3-2 to Forest. Guessed the right way, Kevin Pressman. Probably moved too. It's the height of it gave him no chance at all. Nigel Worthington. Nottingham Forest 3, Sheffield Wednesday 2. Sutton ends as the hero, the old man of the Forest party. Nigel Worthington ends as, I suppose, something of the villain of the piece. And Nottingham Forest, who had hoped to get here to Wembley in the FA Cup final and came very close, get a consolation by winning this special Centenary tournament. And the manager isn't here to see it. Consoling taps for Nigel Worthington, but there is nothing you can say to a player who misses in a penalty competition. So, final victory for Nottingham Forest by 3-2, all the goals in the penalty competition. Nottingham Forest making something of a speciality of winning these events. They won the six-a-side competition as well. And it's the losers who go up first. Tom Clark, the director of Mercantile Credit, is the gentleman who will make the awards. Sternan leading the runners-up up the shortened climb now at Wembley. Royal Box has been moved further down. Philip Carter, president of the Football League, on the back. Graham Kelly, the secretary of the Football League, alongside Mr. Clark. Ken Bates, who's been chairman of the organising committee of all the events of the Football League Centenary, on the left there with the beard. And leading up the winners, Stuart Pearce. I wonder if he's making notes for a return. And Tom Clark, director of Mercantile Credit, makes the presentation. Forest colours on the Mercantile Credit trophy. Supporters of Cardiff City, among others, there to applaud Nottingham Forest. And a young man at the back with the Nottingham Forest colours. Steve Sutton, who made the vital save. Final ending in a penalty competition. Worthington took the shot, and Steve Sutton made the save, giving Nottingham Forest the victory. And as Forest come down to parade their trophy, and they're applauded by the losers. And I'm sure that Tranmere Rovers will be thinking that the man who denied them is also the man who denied Sheffield Wednesday. Things could have been different here, but for the performance of Steve Sutton. As I said earlier in the day, he's probably in the top 3 goalkeepers now in the First Division. Stuart Pearce, delighted to have his winner's medal, is alongside his very proficient goalkeeper. The sun shines brightly on the end of the Football League's Centenary Festival. This final being played exactly 100 years after the Football League began. Nigel Clough, who's 22 years old, but still looks like a young apprentice. Yeah, it's a trophy for Forest to put in their cabinet at the City Ground. Just the players, you'll notice. None of the coaching staff involved in that photograph at all. Biggest smile is Steve Sutton's.